Championship under 2000 section. We're going to be covering. I got to figure out how to pronounce these names, but is it like SmbatAghekyan and MikeChesser versus Nigerian Demon and kirekachesschamp on chess.com. I am going to get a prediction going because that was pretty fun. So this is not the game right now. This is a warm-up game they're playing apparently. But we're gonna get a prediction going for those of you who like to gamble. And OKZH is streaming this as well. I will shout him out after we get this prediction up. Okay. Start prediction. We'll win the match.
Hi, Chuck.
Hey. So we're streaming this, about to start a prediction for the match coming up. It limits me to a certain number of letters for the options, so okay. We're gonna open this for, we go 10 minutes or 15 minutes? So not even starting on time. We'll try 10 minutes. Actually, yeah, we'll go 10 minutes. We're starting a prediction. Place your bets now of channel points. Now I'm going to shout out OKZH, who is also covering this. I'm not sure why OK is muted. You guys don't need to mute. We can hear your...
Yeah, but I have background noise.
Okay.
Not much, though.
Okay, so I kind of just woke up. Hey, Grande Grande, you're here just in time to wager a lot of channel points. So you can look at the title to see who is playing. I'm going to throw in a few BWC commands in the chat so you all know what's going on. So this is the schedule.
What's your prediction?
I know nothing about these teams, so I have no prediction. So this is the ladder, and here are the registration. So you can sort of look by rating if you want, or you can do a scouting report. What we are watching right now is not the teams that are playing. So the bottom team, kirekachesschamp and Nigerian Demon, is one of the teams, but they are not playing their BWC opponents right now. Their BWC opponents don't seem to be online yet, so they are warming up. Anyway, thanks everyone for joining me.
Yeah, so there's something called Nigerian time, which is, and it's in some parts of the world. When you set a time, it's, you don't necessarily meet at exactly that time. You just meet at roughly that time.
So that is interesting, but Nigerian Demon is actually here on time, and his opponent is not. So you'd think it would be the opposite.
Yeah. But I can't see kirekachesschamp online.
Did he duck off? I mean, this game that we were watching just ended, but kirekachesschamp and Nigerian Demon were the ones playing.
Oh, I got his name wrong then.
Yeah, I just copy and pasted it rather than trying to spell it myself.
Yeah, I recognize them.
No, they're both online.
They are
Nigerian Demon. Yeah, not the like MikeChesser.
Okay, so let's check out what's going on in this ladder here.
Oh, no, they're all online.
Okay, this is actually cool. The last match left. I guess J-Nails don't know. Played Pastor Hippie and TJS Chess at sometime when I didn't realize what was going on. So I did not get to cover that match. Apologies. But this is our last match to determine the final four in the under 2000 section. Already in the final four, in the final four are Tainted Streetlight and Blunderman 1, J Nails and Don't Know, and UK the Goat and Florence Girl. So we covered the UK the Goat Florence Girl match, and we covered. We've covered Tainted Streetlight and Blunderman 1 in an earlier match. I don't think we covered their latest match. But yeah, this is going to determine the last of the top four in the under 2000 section. Is there anyone familiar with the way the tournament is organized? I guess
I got you.
So I guess what I'm wondering is the under 2000 the same as the open section in that is there going to be a round robin at this point when they have the final four teams?
Yeah, no, the under 2000 is going to be single elimination the entire way through.
Okay. So in other words, the final four. So we're still going to have a match between two of the final four and a match between the other two of the final four to get to our final two, and then that's just going to be it for the championship. Those two are going to play.
There will be a third place match, and we actually only have prizes for the top three, so that will be a very important match to determine who walks away with nothing and then who walks away with the third place prize.
Very interesting. I actually suffered something like that myself in the Bughouse World Championship in Berlin. There was one year that I finished fourth place, and the top three, I think the top three got like trophies, and fourth place got like a certificate and like I don't know, maybe doubled our entry fee or something like that. But I would have rather had the trophy. Whereas when I won the losers bracket, we got trophies for that. So full of losers bracket trophies.
Yeah, and I did fail to mention we will be giving fourth place not one but actually two high fives. So there actually is a lot here.
So there's high fives on the line here, but yes. not this match. In the subsequent match, there will be high fives on the line.
Yeah, this is a chance to play for high fives. Very, very, very important.
So I believe I'm still following kirekachesschamp, and I don't see them playing right now. If the match
so I believe
starts without me knowing, let me know.
All four of them are online, but one's in a game.
Okay.
One's in a standard game.
Okay.
I think one player is not online yet.
I see. For some reason, it shows all of them online for me.
Is MikeChesser online?
Oh, MikeChesser is not online.
I am McLovin. Oh, I am McLovin has placed a wager, even though he knows very little about Bughouse. So
yes.
That's the way to do
gambling. This is what I came here for.
So yeah, and honestly, I know nothing about these teams either. So I was gonna check the spreadsheet to see what the ratings are and the seeds here. Let's see. We're looking in the under 2000 bracket. A Nigerian Demon and kirekachesschamp are actually, these two seeds seem very similar to one another. These seem to be the closest seeds. This is what 4 and 5 are playing each other.
They're also very close in rating as well.
Yeah,
which you would expect.
This is going to be a close match. This is probably going to be our closest match to the under 2000 section.
If it happens.
So MikeChesser posted in chat 15 minutes ago, and he said, "I'll be ready in 10 minutes."
Okay.
So he was online recently, so I assume he will be here shortly.
Excellent. And so we've figured out our final four for the open section. I guess we could talk about that a little bit while we wait. Let me pull up that ladder. And most of these matches in the last round were not close. They were not quite blowouts. Like I think everyone got on the board, but they were matches that came down to like 11-3, 11-2, that sort of thing. So our final four in that section are 12 Teen and Chicken Cross Road, JK Jr. and Go-Go Burritos, Caspi Israel and Pure Essence, and Little Plotkin and Grind Returns. And
yeah, congratulations to all those players. These are incredibly strong teams, and they all deserve to be in the candidates.
absolutely. And I think those were our top 4 seeds. So that's who would be expected by the ratings. But interestingly, when we got to the earlier round, Caspia Israel and Pure Essence versus Clock King Switcher and Return to the Laggers team was so good at hyping themselves up that the channel point predictions, as far as the betting on the game, was lopsided in favor of the underdog team. So it was like 97% to 3%. So those of you who bet on Caspia Israel and Pure Essence won a lot of channel points.
Which was me and
So
Brian.
I don't think that was just hype though. Like I think there were a lot of reasons to think that matchup would be close, and like even still, like I think Caspia and Pure Essence are very strong, but I think they're clearly a class below these 4 teams. Like I think like if Caspia and Pure Essence had ended up facing like PKN and Midnight Fox or like any of the other teams, I could very easily have seen them being defeated, though I might still end up favoring them slightly. I think it was entirely reasonable to predict the King Switchers to win that match, like regardless of any hyping that they did. And I think if we play that match over a lot of times, it's going to be much closer, and I wouldn't be surprised if the King Switchers like win a lot more.
I thought the King Switchers were going to win it.
I mean,
go ahead.
The problem is both Caspia and Pure Essence are legends of the game.
They are. The other problem for the Lagger team is that the Israeli team have known each other for probably a decade, and they've played a ton of games with each other. They know each other's styles. And Caspia Israel is also often underestimated. So, I mean, I've played with him in Berlin, and I was surprised by how well he finished, like, every time I saw it. And you really shouldn't be surprised at this point, because he's a very versatile player and very strong at chess. He's an international master and strong at Bughouse as well. He has a lot of experience.
I mean, if you look at actually the 8 semi-finalists, they're basically 7 legends of the game and Gogo Burritos, and yet Gogo Burritos has shown he can handle any of these guys. He's been. I mean, you saw he was up against you, wasn't he, Crimson? I mean, he was a nightmare, wasn't he?
I was trying to repress all those memories, so thank you for bringing them to the surface.
And it's really it shows how fast you can improve at this game if you put work into it and you play a lot. So the Gogo Burritos, otherwise known as Raven from the Discord, I watched him partner in like Little Plotkin when he was a 1400. I watched him partner in Miss Fairy Queen when he was a 1000, and he was begging Miss Fairy Queen to partner him. And I distinctly remember jumping in a Discord call and listening to them partnering, and Raven wanted her to keep playing with him, and she demanded that every time they lost the game, and they were like the clear favorites in the team they were playing, but every time they lost the game, he had to give her 10 Discord flowers, and he owed her. I think he owed her like 500 flowers by the end of the series. So I mean, that's trial by fire. I mean, if you want to get better at Bughouse, you got to play a lot, and you can't mind losing, and you have to have a lot of Discord flowers ready to pay your partner to keep going with you.
Oh, if I got a flower for every time Gogo defeated me, I would be a rich man. I need to set up this deal. We can make this happen. Okay, so I guess the real question here is like what's going to happen in the matchup between J Kid Burritos and Pluck and Grind. But like I guess first, if anyone believes that Caspia and Pure Essence will win a single match.
I think every team in there is going to take games versus every other team. I honestly don't think there's going to be any clean sweeps. Like you seem to say that that 12 Teen and Chicken are like a level above J Kid and Gogo Burritos, and also a level above Pluck and Grind. And then you're saying Pluck and Grind and J Kid Jr. Gogo Burritos are a level above Caspia Israel and Pure Essence. But even Caspia Israel and Pure Essence versus 12 Teen Chicken, my money would be on them taking a game off of them, and we'll see if that comes to pass. But I think these are all champions.
Okay, we're off. We are off.
Oh, predictions?
That's a good. I'm not able to see the prediction market as far as how it turned out. I guess maybe you guys can look at that. Maybe I can pull it up. Let me try. Actually,
No, I was just asking you all like who you think will.
I honestly have no idea about these teams. Okay, let me tell you what the fans have said.
Team Nigeria will win.
Right now, we have the MikeChesser team with 89%, and the Nigerian Demon team with 11% by the channel point predictions. Which is interesting because that's a very lopsided prediction market when we thought these teams would be quite close. So maybe the people wagering have gone and done a lot of research and found insights that we don't have, or maybe they're all degenerate gamblers. Probably the latter.
Well, Queen takes f6, f3 here for a Nigerian DM. Like this is like a typical like e4, e5 position where black, like you have to you have to deal with the pressure of this pin on f6, and he sort of just tried to like counterattack with the pin on f3, but like white is way faster here. Okay, we have to play like h6 or something. Oh well, now that rooks come, I don't know how black survives.
So we have rook at h8 as a mate, and we have knight at h6 as a mate. It's hard to defend both, and even if we could defend both, I mean, you're not taking this free queen, which the queen is getting in play. Now queen takes queen. Impossible. Oh, queen takes queen was a little better, but
because knight at h6 now is just mating.
Yeah,
but like the point was, even if we had like a queen on that square, like knight h6 was still going to mate us.
Yeah, so he's not playing the most accurate mates, but he's still going to mate, like for sure. Pawn check and then rook in is just game over.
Okay, now, can we insert queen takes g4 to flex? That I think that we could actually.
I think his partner is safe enough that they could have done that, but better not to. So
I wholeheartedly disagree. Always flex.
Queen takes, king takes g4, and then what?
Pawn at f3, and like surely you're mated.
Then king h4.
I hope so. Well, then I can just play the move that I should have played 2 moves ago and just play rook at h6.
And then he blocks on h5.
I have like pawn g3. Don't make me calculate. You know I don't like doing this. Okay, we flex and we live with the consequences. Like that is the life that we live.
Grind is asking, is this the first to 9 wins? I believe that's the case. Can you confirm that?
First to 9.
Okay.
Yes.
And when we say the first to 9, is it the best out of 16, meaning that 8.5 would work as well, or does it have to be 9? Like, could it be 8.5 to 6.5?
No, because so you have to win by a margin of 2. So 8.5, 6.5. Like it's still possible for me to win the next game, and then after 16 games, you won't have a margin of 2. Because it would be 8.5, 7.5, and you only have a margin of 1.
Oh,
so it takes 9 points to clinch the match.
Okay. Well, okay, I understand.
So actually, the Nigerians under fairly heavy attack in this one.
I like MikeChesser's position, but no, we just allowed mate, just knight h3.
But there's mate, knight h3 for Kireka.
This also mates. Yeah,
I don't know how he misses
it. I'm a greedy guy. On Nigerian Demon's board, I would have pushed the H pawn to try to get the rook involved. Won a knight.
Oh, he had a rook. He didn't see it.
He's still gonna mate here for sure. Oh,
really?
Maybe not.
Yeah,
that is
okay.
Oh, well now he has win.
Whoa!
What?
Yeah, I think we're still mating at the end.
Queen takes was scary.
So we're at 2-0 right now.
But those were 2 games that were very winnable for MikeChesser and SMBat. Like I think they need to just like defend for a turn, and then they had amazing positions. Like after SMBat opened the G file last game, or was that MikeChesser? Yeah, after MikeChesser opened the G file last game, like if we just cover it, like white had a lot of inroads on black's position with the pawn on e5 and like hitting f6. Like I feel like that was the only way to lose the game. Also, I think they were up material as well. Like I really liked white's position there.
Another insight we should talk about is one of the teams seemed to be using the chat and the other does not, which sort of implies that the other team is probably on a voice call. So
they're both in chat, I believe.
Oh, never mind. I'm wrong. They're both in chat.
That would be a very important factor in a match that's already this close.
My bad. I just saw two people talking, and when you pointed that out, I realized they're from different teams. So it was on one board where one of them saying trade's good, trade's good, trade's good. The other one saying trade's bad, trade's bad, trade's bad.
I mean, Nigerian
which makes
Demon's
sense.
in trouble. Nigerian Demon's in big trouble. Kirekachesschamp is very safe though on the other board.
Ooh, I don't think
nice,
this.
very nice.
Oh, actually, this does work because the queen
d7.
Yeah, queen d7 is mate.
Yeah, queen takes here, and then
assuming he find. No, he didn't find it.
Oh,
he didn't find it, and now he's in trouble.
Well, that's the beauty of under 2,000 games, right? You're going to get all these exciting.
Yeah, we didn't play mate in one, and now Nigerian Demon has an attack.
He needs pieces.
Knight mates for him. A knight mates and a bishop could help defend, I guess.
The knight isn't mating yet. So knight h4, king f1, bishop at g2.
Oh, he could have taken that with the rook. Knight.
No, I like keeping the rook to cover f3. Now MikeChesser sits, but okay. Important like SM.
Oh wow. Okay. So that makes Nigerian Demon quite safe. Although these trades are hurting his partner. Oh, that's mate.
Kirekachesschamp mismate. Now he's mated. No, he's not.
Oh, okay. So this is again like pawn at d3, like it's just a check. Okay, now we're playing a bait.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so a couple major takeaways from that game. So players, if you're on this level and you want to improve, like one of the biggest things I think people need to work on is communicating. So like Knight was close to mating SMBAT, and it was like very bad for him all game, and at no point did he say no knight. Similarly, MikeChesser, I think, was also getting attacked and didn't really communicate that trades were bad. And sure, strong players like look at their partner's board and track it, but like you should be communicating as much of this to your partner as possible so that they can focus on playing good moves.
Absolutely. So Nigerian Demon has a very uncomfortable king. He has not moved his e-pawn yet, hasn't gotten that king's bishop out, and we're probably going to see knight takes e6 and then pawn at f7, something like that. Okay, he's going to continue developing, but that is a continuing threat. Yeah, now I like pawn at f7, knight takes, and then another knight would be helpful. But in the interim, yeah, he's just going to push pawns. And eventually, SmbatAghekyan can get his undeveloped bishop out, but he's going to continue having the initiative.
d5 is a very nice move. So a lot of
bishop
players
at f5
for pawn at f7, which was strong, but you don't have to play a check every turn. He's just putting a piece attacking the light square, and like eventually it's going to like do wonders for his position. So MikeChesser is losing the queen. We should not take on f6 because we've opened up the g7 square. Because now we lose the queen and possibly also our life.
At g7, he just needs a knight or rook or queen to mate. Oh, he doesn't wait for one. He seconds down. That makes sense. Just keeps on attacking.
So SmbatAghekyan would like to trade the queens, but can't because it mates his partner.
Wow,
that's a nice mate.
The knight cube mate.
We are witnessing a blowout so far. We have 4-0 favoring Nigerian Demon.
I don't even know if it's like correct to like describe this as a blowout, because like the Chesser and Aghekyan team have had several winning positions, and even when they weren't winning, they were very good. And it's just been a combination of not communicating enough.
I did mean a blowout as far as the results, not necessarily the character of the games themselves. But yeah, you're right. The games have been quite competitive, but they seem to always end in one direction so far, at least.
So I think part of it is like the Nigerian Demon Kirekachesschamp team. They've been more willing to sit for pieces to attack.
SmbatAghekyan just won a piece there.
Yep, he didn't want to allow queen takes queen, opening him up.
Okay, so now diagonals
MikeChesser
are quite good for SmbatAghekyan.
I don't understand Kireka's last two moves. I feel like we lost Mateo and also made MikeChesser safer. So
Yeah. And not only that, fed your partner's opponent, who has a pretty massive attack.
Well, White does have a lot of diagonals to defend with. As in Nigerian Demon has a lot of
okay,
defenders.
This should be a win for their team.
Yeah.
I hear a rook at f8 for MikeChesser. Or we could not do that. That's also an option. Yeah, rook at f4. Nope, we are not going to do that.
Queen takes rook is an option. Oh, he's gonna continue that. Oh, this wins. That's a nice find. That's mate in one. Bishop takes. Better than my move for
mate in
sure.
one does not mean the game is over. Have you learned nothing?
But MikeChesser and SmbatAghekyan are on the board. So we have 4-1 favoring Nigerian Demon at this point.
So the score should be at least 3-2 because mate in one was not played in a game that they lost, and like arguably they should be up 3-2 because I feel like there was at least one other game where they should have won or they had a better position and then just like decided to die. But that's a reason to be optimistic about this match here and their ability to come back. Like
Queen is looking trapped.
Queen c6. My queen is safe plus solid.
Oh, he's going to get to now knight at b5, can continue tempoing the queen and pick up a pawn and a rook.
Okay, now I'm not going to try to save the queen again, because if you play knight takes c7, I should be sacking my queen here anyways. And if I'm going to sack my queen on c7, why would I waste the tempo moving it to c6 or something?
He wants a pawn for h2.
I guess we're not going to. Yeah, I don't like this because like we lose a pawn in a. So losing a piece for free is worse than losing a queen for a piece.
I agree.
So here we just lost a rook for free, and we also lost a pawn with it. So we should have just given up the queen. Also, our king is on f8 instead of like if we had just castled there and let them take our queen, and then we like play c takes e6, like we have more control over the center. Our king isn't on f8, and our position.
H6 is weak though, and kirekachesschamp seems to have a pretty safe king.
Yep, with his spots.
Getting less safe, granted.
All right, bishop at e8 or knight at e8. All right, bishop at d6.
A lot of queenside pieces.
I like pawn at e5 is reasonable. Ooh, I don't like that.
Too many pieces on the queen side. He needs to get.
I think the main problem here is like I feel like Nigerian Demon and Kireka are safe until the end of time unless they choose not to be. Which I mean they might.
Yeah, so Kireka, that's a nice move with an attack. I mean Kireka, he has a free pawn in a7. Threat. He has dark square threats. He also could just spend a move just making his king safer if he ever doesn't have anything to do.
Yeah, pawn at g3 now. Like
mate threats potentially if queen comes. Yeah,
that queen is never coming on the other board there.
Ooh.
But we're getting in here.
I think he's fine.
So
I mean, we might see pawn at g3 and then a new knight at h5, but even then, I mean, this king has running room, and I don't think he's going to get the knight anyway. So
okay, so I like so I want to go bishop h4 and then bishop at h2 now. Like I want to cut off this king.
So this is a real threat.
Yeah, bishop h2 is scary.
Yeah, so this is like another idea that's like harder to see, but like we don't always have to check the king because now we've checked him back to a safer square.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
We instead started with bishop at h2 or just something to take away the g3 square, like that king is stuck on h4, which it does not want to be.
Yep.
So SmbatAghekyan is saying no knight at this point, and a knight does indeed mate. Knight at e3.
And he's going to get the knight as well. Yeah, so I think that was a missed opportunity with bishop at h2, but like that's a difficult move or like idea to spot.
Oh, he didn't see it was
at
mate though. He wasn't told it was mate. Partner didn't tell him it was a mating night.
Oh wait, what? Wait, why did we do that? Why did we do the things that we just did? I feel like we did not have to.
Did not have to, but happened anyway. So the score right now is 5-1.
Strong move from MikeChesser, opening up f7.
I feel like this would be stronger if we could reasonably expect pieces to come, but
Yeah,
I feel like we just
true.
gave our opponent a pawn. Like,
right.
I feel like
Well,
we said, take this from us.
Well, you shouldn't have allowed takes f6, that's for sure, because now the bishop can develop. If he'd said that bishop can never develop, then maybe.
I feel like even still
he's doing...
I am down a pawn. Okay, bishop c6 here. And the idea is if you block on d7, then we take the knight. And if you go knight takes bishop, I go queen takes e2.
Yeah, very nice. Well,
No, it's queen takes, but a bishop at c6 would win a queen.
Oh, so that queen will.
So that's the trade. Or no, actually knight can take. I'm sorry, I'm stupid. So it doesn't really win a queen. But the queen trade would be quite good for a Nigerian demon, which is why MikeChesser is sitting. They have a time differential here. Now they're trading the queen.
Okay, I feel like we didn't calculate this though, because we're going to play this check, and then we're not going to play any more checks.
Yeah,
that is all that we're going to do.
Fairly safe.
We are going to play checks.
Well, you can count on, maybe you can count on your opponent taking that piece when he shouldn't have, because now this is a checking sequence.
Whoa! Why did we go this way though? I feel like King D7 was safe.
Absolutely.
They're just going to eat them all.
I don't think you can eat them all. Rook over. Oh, that was a mistake.
No.
That was a mistake. Rook over was the move. Yeah, so now a rook would mate. The rook over doesn't work anymore now that b2 was played. Now he needs another rook. He is up time though, so he can.
Yeah, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was going to look for possible mates here, and I think, I don't know, I think you kind of need a rook. Maybe you can make these knights work, like knight at a3, and then a bishop in somehow. Oh, he didn't take the rook. I think he should have taken the rook, honestly.
I also
I mean, how else to touch down, right?
Well, I don't like this knight move, so this makes it so that there is a mate if he ever runs out of checks on f1. Now he has to watch out for that.
That's true. Just blocked it off.
He could just drop pawns to the end of time, though, here.
Correct.
Or until the end of his pawns.
And meanwhile, his partner's winning whole queens.
So we need, like, bishop at d7. Oh, okay.
Okay, so for everyone who wants to improve at Buckhouse, like, this is something, like, very important that you all should know. When you're attacking, do not just play checks. For the sake of playing checks.
Wait, hold on. They're saying they win because they don't understand it's first to 9. The score is 6-1. So, okay. So we're telling them to keep going. The score is 6-1, favoring the Nigerian Demon team. Hey, Bug,
so when you check your opponent, your objective should be to stop them from running to the scores that we want to go to. So that last game, we played a bunch of checks, which gave the Black King more scarce squares to go to, instead of looking for the checks that took away squares from the Black King. And this is the type of thing that like takes practice to get better at. But I think in general, like players like overvalue checks. Like the majority of the time, they don't accomplish anything. Like you should only play a check if it's actually helping your position. And in that game, we saw a lot of checks that helped our opponent much more than they helped us.
So Kireka playing very solid again, but he was probably going to get a piece trap. Oh, he's winning a piece.
G4.
Ouch. Yeah.
Oh, no, I respect my man for playing G4. Oh, all right, I'm rooting for him now.
So I don't know if this is one of you guys in the chat, but someone sent me a direct Discord message that was an invitation to my own Discord server, which I assure you I'm already in.
So, how to defend f7? And meanwhile, on the other board,
I did not take this bishop. Okay, thank you. Yeah, because the answer was who we go queen takes c3. Oh,
did take it.
That's
You
going to
did
be
take
game
it.
over real quick. We
Yeah,
can push the
push
pawn.
d5.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now we have knight at
No,
e4.
he's going to go for a run now. He's going to go for a run.
All right.
Oh,
So
That king is
here,
not
folks.
running very far. We have
always
the
play g4.
pawn check was fine there. Didn't need the bishop. Ooh, now he might. Well, never mind. Pawn mates. Wait, does that not? Oh, I'm sorry. He can go down.
I feel like we can checkmate by accident in this.
Yes,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
That's
If every move is check, then eventually it would be checkmate.
Well, now we will need another.
No.
Thing.
Okay. Now he's getting
Queens
safer.
move backwards.
So
unfortunately.
what he should have done instead was play knight takes c7 to vacate that light square for an additional bishop. But
Oof, yeah, that would have hurt. And then queen comes in with mate.
As someone who is horrendous at checkmating my opponent, I truly empathize. I have had many attacks that look exactly like this. Oh, and then the sadness pawn it before the. This is the admission that I have done something wrong.
I think he should have taken that knight though. With queen takes knight, and then if bishop takes, he could have taken the queen. And now he's just made it.
Start doing things that we should do now. Like
he takes the queen with check, discovered check. That's brutal.
Oh, F's in the chat for pawn it before. Oh,
now that
who is going to get mated first? This is intense.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was close.
The score is now 7-1. The Nigerian team. So the ratings were all quite close when we looked at the registration ratings, but Nigerian Demon is clearly a class above these other three. It seems like, as far as rating is concerned. I guess his partner's still under.
is better than his rating, by the way.
Okay.
I'm not sure I buy that with respect to Bughouse. He's made some questionable life decisions.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, he's solid at chess. That's true. He's probably still learning Bughouse.
I have McLevin says, who's winning? The answer is the team that you predicted. Nigerian Demon and kirekachesschamp are winning by a margin of 7-1. That was a really good bet that you've made.
They're fucking.
That is correct. I don't know who said that, but that's very poignant and absolutely correct.
Luckily, this is not a family-friendly channel, so we're okay with that. We are not on Chess TV.
Correct.
If the laggers are allowed to give commentary, you know it's not family friendly.
Oh, dangerous. He's allowing takes f7. Okay, I guess all the checks are pretty...
Okay, as long as the queen shapes thing does not come.
e6.
Okay, so
his king is on f4.
Yeah.
Why is his king on f4?
I think he keeps drawing out the king. I think this is worth it.
Yeah, bishop at h3. But the problem here is both Aghekyan and MikeChesser are attacking, which means they both want trades. And guess who's not getting trades?
Kireka says, I am stuck.
Okay.
That is an important piece right there. Now the knight will mate either place.
Yeah. Knight mates. Oof. That was bad.
I was very fortunate that there happened to be a queen hanging, because they both gave a bunch of material to mate their opponents, and we're like, oh, I need more trades.
We're at 7-2, favoring the Nigerian Demon
G2
team.
opening.
So who are you? It's our ITSRS, by the way.
On chess.com, RST prep.
Okay. Ooh, hanging c2 as well.
Hey, we did not need that pawn, okay?
Oh, pawn it, and he can promote.
pawn it,
Whoa, he
please
should not have
hang.
taken that.
No, pawn at g2, we can take on g4, and our bishop's covering on the diagonal. Oh,
Okay,
no,
but
that rook is
the
going to hurt us
problem.
deep in our soul.
That's gonna hurt.
That indeed has left a mark. and
Was queen at c2 so
we
bad?
even it left
President?
a big enough mark that we had a sorry in the chat from one partner to
8-2.
another. So one more game could potentially end this match. MikeChesser says 7 more.
I feel like at this point we can just tell them any number and they'll probably believe us. Like if we say first to 100, I believe they will continue playing 100 games.
No, but we just gotta have our hats off to the confidence of MikeChesser, where a bunch of people said one more game in the chat, and MikeChesser, who was the underdog team, was like, no, you're wrong. 7 more games is what this is gonna take.
My man's is in firm denial of reality. Oh, the classic bishop at h6. I don't have a pawn, so I'm giving a piece for no reason.
The classic no follow-up.
Actually, this is good for the viewers because like pawn at h6, bishop at h6 is like something you see very common. That's very common, and the best way to defend this is you always take on h6 and then you place a knight on g5 to attack the piece on h6, or a knight on f5 if that's possible. Now the only exception is when your opponent has a queen in hand, because for example if our knight's on g5, attacking this bishop on h6 and a queen on g7 will mate us. But short of that, then we're just safe, and we're going to either take on h6 or force the piece on h6 to move away, and our king is protected.
Bishop takes pawn here. He still has bishop takes pawn. He could take g6. Looks fine.
Bishop at b6.
That will kill. That will literally just kill. He finds it.
So now he can play pawn takes and still have... Oh, okay. So he's going to keep the initiative here. A rook will mate.
Uh-oh.
He's going for queen.
Ooh,
queen h7.
There is the queen.
But where's the mate? I don't see it.
A knight mate. Oh, this is good. Oh, get the other queen in play. Yeah, it's going to be hard to live through this.
Oh, queen g6. Nice move.
Oh, he's sacking the queen.
f4. Okay.
Okay, so now like pawns will mate, and he's up time.
Oh yeah, pawn
f6.
Yeah, pawn at e7 and pawn at g7 was mating. By the way, you block off the king and then mate. It was quite beautiful mate. Pawn at e7 in that position, but he didn't play it with his 2 pawns. So pawn at e7, queen takes. Pawn at g7, king takes. Then queen comes across to g8 and g6, and then g8 mate.
So SmbatAghekyan is defending here. We are continuing to play.
Have a lot of pieces. White's about to get a queen. Maybe not a queen.
And now there's queen at d8.
Okay, so MikeChesser has now a good maiden threat.
Knight at d6.
Queen at e8 comes. The king is going for a run.
Okay, pawn mate. Or no, pawn doesn't mate.
What's the follow-up?
3 pawns mates.
1 pawn mates and the Nigerian board.
1, 2, 3 pawns definitely mates, yeah. But is there something else?
But their Nigerian is up time, so he's going to sit for 1 pawn, and that might be the c7 pawn.
Oh, you're right. Nigerian is just going to sit for king takes c7. Yeah, that would be mate. It's hard to defend. Impossible to defend, isn't it? Unless there's some trick. Unless there's some pre-move trick,
and we see
knight g6, king takes c7, knight takes
They
rook.
say it was lost.
We see Nigerian. The bishop also works, so he should not wait for the pawn and just put the bishop in. Now he has a pawn too. If he's disconnected, then this is not good. Okay.
Nice.
So
that's it.
So
9-2 win.
Nigerian Demon is I guess quite a patient person, because Nigerian Demon, all he wrote in the chat was pawn. And like a pawn made it. Like honestly, if that would be me and I was in the random pool, I would have said pawn, 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 pawn. It mates. Take a pawn, 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 pawn. But he just said pawn, and his partner got it. His partner said, "Okay, I'll get." So we'll see if we can do some post-games interviews here. But let me put the final score in the chat. Our final score is 9-2. Favoring Nigerian Demon.
So,
Go ahead.
People, Quick Crimson, how do you invite people?
I just put the link in the chess.com chat.
Oh, thanks a lot. It's RSTP prep. RST prep. Yeah, I haven't come across you before. That's
We're going to give another shout out to OKZH. Let me go and pay out these predictions. Whoa, and the team that won was actually the 11% team. So there may be a few channel points changing hands here.
my bets were on them, but I wasn't betting.
Death by Checkmate asked who are the commentators. So we have OKZH. We had Crimson Vortex. I guess he hopped out of the chat here. Maybe he has some stuff to do. Naveen has been here but muted most of the time. M. Michael, otherwise known as Mixu, has been in here but muted. And we have ITSRS, who is a RST prep, I think, who has been providing some colorful words. The final score was 9-2. So let me check the details here. So Grindin' My Grande and two others. I think I am McLovin. That's one as well. But yeah, I'm surprised you guys are not betting like big points. Like we only saw, what was that, like 200 points bet this time? And I know there are people out there who have tens of thousands of points. So you guys are, the people who have accumulated a lot of channel points are very conservative, I guess. Yeah, I'm McLovin. You can risk as many points as you want. So the way that predictions work is people can bet as many points as they want, but they have to pick exactly one side. And the number of channel points, the number of channel points is always conserved. But basically, if you bet 1,000,000 points and the other side bets 10 points, the most you can win is 10 points. The most they can win is 1,000,000 points. So it sort of sets the odds for you. But yeah, you can certainly go all in. So the winners get all of the points from the losers pool, and they're given to the winners in proportion to what they put into the winners pool. So if I were to wager 1,000 channel points for one side, and someone else wagers, if I wager 900 channel points for one side, someone else wages 100 channel points for that same side, and we go against 1,000,000 channel points, and we win, then those 1,000,000 channel points will be divided 900,000 to the 900 point guy, and 100,000 to the 100 point guy.
So has anyone just joined the house Discord in the last few moments or not?
That's a
Let's see.
great question. Let me see. I guess we go to
kirekachesschamp is in the house. Excellent. And Mixu's already waved hello.
Okay, so we need to get him into the house party channel.
Yeah. So how do we do that?
Yeah, there's no way to drag someone in if they're not in a voice chat. He just has to join that voice chat.
If they're unwilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not Zoom.
No, it's interesting because you can drag someone from one voice chat to another. So they could be like talking to a friend of theirs in in a one-on-one call, and all of a sudden find themselves dragged into here. But they need to be in some voice channel
that's
to
called
be
mod
dragged.
powers, chat.
Exactly. I no longer have those powers, but
yeah, mod powers, chat. Mod powers.
okay. So
well, Kireka is in, but maybe he's not in the house party channel. But yeah, I mean, it's okay if he can't join us. No, he's not even at home, just playing on some dodgy Wi-Fi.
yeah, perhaps.
Kireka, hi, he's in.
Kireka, can you hear us? And are we pronouncing your name correctly also?
Yes, you are pronouncing it correctly.
Excellent. Well, congratulations
Cool.
on your win. So you are one of the final four teams in the under 2000 section, and we covered your match on my Twitch stream, and I think OKZH is streaming as well on his Twitch stream.
Yeah,
So,
we had a double stream with loads of people in chat.
yeah, so we'd love to do like a post-game interview if you're down for that.
I think it's fine. I totally agree that it shouldn't last for long because I'm outside the house.
Oh, okay.
I see.
The
So
internet
you went on quite some king runs throughout that game. I think your king, covered a lot of mileage during that match.
Yes, it did.
How much experience have you got with Bughouse? Because obviously you're a very experienced Crazy House player, I know, on Chess. So how much experience with Bughouse?
Bughouse, I think I have 2 years experience. I used to play Bughouse on chess.com between 2016 and 2018 at work in office. However, because office has Ethernet connections, it's very stable. But then I think the IT guys at office had beef on me, so they decided to block all chess websites. So now I play from home. So I use the work laptop on personal internet, mobile internet.
Yes.
However, chess.com is a bit heavy when you compare it with Lichess.
It is. Yes.
If there's just a slight shake in the network, it goes off and you are not able to see your moves. So before the game, I was having a few trial games with a Nigerian demon inside the house, and then I lost some games just like that. I decided to go outside the house and set up. So that's where I am right now, and I'm so happy I'm into the semi-finals right now.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, great job.
So, had you played a lot with Nigerian Demon before?
I've never played with him before. However, he's in the CNO Lichess group, so that's how I got to know him. And
So who is he?
This is the first time we actually playing together in a tournament.
Yes. Nice. Yeah. And who is he on Lichess?
On Lichess, you know him as Biomiller.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, he's great. Yep. And were you communicating just?
He's quite fast.
Sorry.
He's quite fast.
And were you communicating just by text chat, like within the chess.com interface?
Yes, he prefers WhatsApp communication, but I told him the network here it's terrible.
I see.
So for the purpose of this particular game or this particular match, I told him let's communicate in chess.com. And he's not very familiar with the icons. I told him just press, just ask me whatever you want, I'll supply. I decided to be the sacrificial lamb. I told him I'll suck whatever you want. That's why the king was on those runs. There's a time he told me he needed a rook, so I played the bishop g4 as a gambit to try to gambit my opponent to attack. Then afterwards, I took the bishop on h5. When the opponent played g4 pawn push, that's when I pawn dropped on G2 and took a free rook. I remember that game; it was crazy. That particular game, the king ran from the king side to the queen side. Then my opponent missed mating patterns, even missed to capture the queen. Remember that pawn dropped on G2 is the one which captured the rook and became a queen.
Yes.
And that's the game took a very interesting kind of event.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Oh my god, the king ran to the king side, went up to B5. It was crazy.
I actually enjoy king walks more than maiden. Like it's just really satisfying when your king walks around the board and they can't mate you. So love to see the king walks.
Yeah.
So for the semi-finals, will you try to get on voice together?
I don't think so. I think we just have to sync and harmonize our in-game play. Reason being, by the time someone talks, it's distracting in the game. You have to literally wait for him, and the game is only 3 minutes. And considering our position, who are the seed 1, it's a daunting task.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So do we have any further questions?
Thanks for organizing. I think let me go back inside the house.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for talking with us, and we hope to cover your future games in this tournament, and maybe we can interview you again after a further game. But we really appreciate you giving us some of your insights.
I'll send you the YouTube link when I put it on YouTube. Chuck also has the Twitch link. I'll send you that as well.
Thank you. I'll share in my Ugandan groups. Right now it's 11:58 p.m. in Uganda, so let me prepare to go and sleep.
Okay. Night.
Night.
Bye.
Bye. So it looks like in the Discord chat, I think Crimson Vortex had mentioned that he lost his internet, and he has not jumped in yet. So that might be.
Thanks, Chuck and Crimson and Naveen and everyone else who is joining in the commentary, in the sort of dual commentary.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't comment it much. I'm in the series now.
Okay. Yep, that's okay. Cool. So thanks everyone. It's really fun having these big calls, and I know Chuck really loves these too. So we should have these more often.
Absolutely. I love the big calls, especially because I don't have to say very much. I could just lean back and listen to everyone else's insights. So at this point, I'm gonna end the stream. I'm thinking of raiding. I'm open to suggestions, but I'm thinking of raiding 7991 Radon, who is streaming variants right now. And he streams mainly Fog of War and 4-player chess. I believe he's streaming Horde now, or at the Horde equivalent on chess.com, I believe. So I'm going to send you guys to him, unless anyone else has any suggestions. And thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. And again, let me shout out OKZH, who also streamed this, so you could check out his perspective as well. I look forward to seeing you all in some future games. And now that we've figured out the top 4 teams in both sections, I believe. So we're gonna continue with single elimination in the under 2000 bracket. And in the open section, we're going to go to a round robin of 1 game per team per week. So it seems like about 4 weeks left in the open section, with the 4th week being the final match between the top 2 teams. Anyway, have a great afternoon, everyone.
Are you going to be streaming later today?
Probably not, because I have